Hi everybody, I am Dr. T. Miranda Lakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, St. Joseph College, Kadalur. In the last class, we saw about short-term scheduling methods. The first method is your round robin method. Then we saw about priority method and priority class method, and the last method is your heuristic scheduling. So today in this class we are going to discuss about heuristic scheduling. What is the meaning of heuristic? Heuristic meant based on the past behavior of the process, it will be modifying the priority. So based on the past behavior, the priority will be modified. So before getting into heuristic scheduling, we have to know about two types of process. We are having a process called as IO bound process. The other process is CPU bound process. What is the meaning of IO bound process? For example, if a process is present mostly in IO operation, then that process is called as IO bound process. If a process is present mostly in your CPU, then that process is called as CPU bound process. So IO bound process, if the process is fully IO related, then it is called as IO bound process. If it is CPU related or it is in your running state itself, then it is called as CPU bound process. See, let us consider here the IO bound process. So already I told that if the process mostly involves in IO operation, then it is called as IO bound process. So if it is an IO bound process, what you have to do is you have to decrease the time slice and increase the priority. What is this time slice? The time slice which we have seen it in your round robin method. So how much time it has to be inside your CPU? That will be decided by your time slice. So if it is an IO bound process, it is not going to be present inside your CPU. So here you are going to decrease the time slice and we can increase the priority. So we can give more importance to this process. For how we are going to give it? So let us consider we are having two persons, X and Y. X and Y is waiting in a waiting room for an higher authority. X wants to talk to this higher authority for more than 1 hour and Y wants to talk to the higher authority only for 2 minutes. For whom we will be giving the priority? Sure, the 2 minutes person will be given priority. One who is going to be for 1 hour will be giving less priority. Similarly, here also the higher authority is your CPU and here two processes waiting, X and Y. So if you are going to send X to your higher authority, Y has to wait for more than 1 hour. But if you are going to send Y to the higher authority, the X has to wait only for 2 minutes. For that reason, the same reason here we are going to apply. So when it is an IO bound process, it is not going to be inside your CPU. So you are going to decrease your time slice and you are going to increase your priority. The priority is increased for your IO bound because it is going to take only less time slice inside your CPU. If it is a CPU bound process, let us consider CPU bound process. What is a CPU bound process? If a process utilizes the CPU, that is the maximum time slice, then it is called as the CPU bound process. So if it is going to use the maximum time slice, then it is called as a CPU bound process. If it is a CPU bound process, what you have to do? We have to, the opposite of your IO bound, you have to increase the time slice because he has the X person is going to talk for 1 hour. So you have to increase the time slice and the priority must be decreased. This policy, that is your IO bound process, CPU bound process, how a process can be decided, whether it is an IO bound or CPU bound, how it will be, how the time slice will be increased or how the priority will be increased or how the priority will be decreased. So in order to solve this confusion, they are implementing this policy inside a queue called as multi-level feedback queue. We'll be saying it as MFQ. What this multi-level feedback queue will be doing is, based on the feedback, it will be placing whether that is an IO bound process, whether we have to increase the time slice, or whether you have to decrease the time slice, or whether you have to increase the priority, or whether you have to decrease the priority. So let us consider in this diagram. See, in this diagram we are having level 0, level 1, level 2. What is this level 0? Level 0 is your lower priority process, and level 2 is your higher priority process. So first time slice, let us consider I am going to give 5 minutes. Here your time slice will be increased to 10 minutes. Here your time slice will be increased to 15 minutes. This is an example just I am giving. So whatever time slice you want, you can use it. Now you can see how this level will be working. It is not restricted from 0 to 2. We can have third level, fourth level, fifth level, till n levels we can have it. So now you can see how it will be working. So in a multi-level feedback queue, level 0 will be your starting level. So already I told that level 0 is your starting level, and level n will be your ending level. So here n is represented as 2. So level 2 is being represent your ending level. So the list of ready process is split into many queues in level 0 to n. So this is one process, this is another one process, this is another one process, this is another one process. Similarly, in level 1 we are having different process. In level 2 we are having different process. Next one, normally level 0 will have the, what I have told, higher priority and less time slice. That is your IO bound process. It will be in that queue, and level n will be your, what will be in level n? It is a lower priority process, but your time slice will be more. So level 0 will be having your higher priority and less time slice, that is your IO bound process, and level n will be your lower priority and with more time slice. So if, for example, if you're going to take in this example, I am going to give it as, I am giving for level 0, I am giving it as 5 minutes of time. If all the process use 5 minutes of time, then it will not be in this queue. It will be moved to the next queue. Next queue will be giving 10 minutes of time. Again, if it is using the 10 minutes of time, again it will be moved to your next queue and will be given as 15 minutes of time. So similarly, after 15 minutes, this is the last queue. So this will be maintained in this queue itself. Same example, if I am going to give the same 5 minutes, but within the 5 minutes, it is coming out of your CPU means, then that process is an IO bound process. So it will be retaining in this level 0 itself. This, for example, if this process as using the 5 minutes fully means, only this process will be moved to level 1. The next one, here also it will be given 10 minutes. Again in 10 minutes, if it is going to use fully means, then it will be moved to the next level, or if it is going to use less than 10 minutes, it will be maintained in this level. So according to the output, it will be going on, it will be doing it. What is this run to completion means? When you are going to execute it, some process might have completed it. That is called as run to completion. So here time slice, it is T0, T1, T2. So T0 will be, you will be having less time slice, but here you will be having the priority as more priority. T2 will be having more time slice, but the priority will be less. So in mostly in level 0, what process will be present? IO bound process will be present. In level 2, it will be CPU bound process. But when a new process arrives, we cannot decide whether it is an IO bound process or CPU bound process. According to the behavior, it will be decided whether it is an IO bound or CPU bound. So whichever the process is going to arrive, it will be placed only in level 0. If satisfies level 0, then it will be moving to the level 1 or level 2. Otherwise, it will be retained in level 0 itself. It means it is an IO bound process. If it is in level 2, it is an CPU bound process. See here, they have given it here example. So when a new process arrives, we cannot decide whether it is an CPU bound or IO bound. So it is introduced in level 0. So if T0 means your time slice. The first time slice I am given as 5 minutes. If I am going to give it as 5 minutes fully, then it will be moving to your next level. If it uses T1 fully, it will be moving to your last level. Then that is will be going to T2 and it will be retained, which means the process is a CPU bound process. So now we will be clear, but this implementation of your heuristic scheduling is very difficult because each time the process has to decide whether it is an IO bound or CPU bound process. So thank you.